Let's continue with the curious case of Congressman Cory Mills. He likes to play fast and loose with the truth. This is something that we have learned over the last few months here at Blaze Media. And so let's go ahead and continue on with what we have found from Congressman Cory Mills. And the latest on this list, let's go ahead and get to this one, is the master's degree that wasn't. I can go ahead and read from Cory Mills' Wikipedia page right here, where it says that he attended Florida State College at Jacksonville, followed by a Bachelor of Science degree in Health Sciences and a Master Arts in Internal Relations and Conflict Resolution from American Military University. That's directly from his Wikipedia page. Steve, why is that wrong?
I have a copy of the email from the American Military University. It says, no, that never happened. He did not. We did not confer upon him a master's degree.
Yeah, I mean, Conservapedia, Florida Politics website also say this, so it certainly looks like someone's playing fast and loose with the truth yet again. I guess his LinkedIn page does say he was a master's candidate, but if you've ever been to graduate school, you know the candidate that means you didn't finish. So if you don't finish, you don't get the degree.
This next one is one of them that I find to be one of the most concerning of the entire list. These are some photos from Cory Mills. Now, he went over to Syria. We've documented that on the show already about his trip to Syria around Easter weekend. And he went over with Tarek Nemo and a group called the Syrian Alliance for America and Peace and Prosperity. And there were some Instagram posts that came out after this. Tarek Nemo took to Instagram and had a collaboration with Cory Mills, and Marlon Stutzman was also on there. So they all collaborated on an Instagram post together. Now, that's okay. You can put up pictures from your trip. That's fine. Except these photos were posted on April 26th. And when you look at the fifth and sixth pictures on this Instagram carousel, it's a picture of Cory Mills and Donald Trump. And then you get to the sixth photo, which is Cory Mills, Donald Trump, and Susie Wiles, his chief of staff. Now, okay, that seems fine, right? Like you're posting pictures with the current president and his chief of staff. Except those photos are not from 2025. They're not from the trip to Syria. They're from August 12th, 2023. Cory Mills was actually at the Iowa State Fair at that time. Let's go ahead and show the X photos that this actually came from, where you see the exact same photos. Guys, make this make sense, right? As Steve Deace would say, what is the benign, innocent explanation for this?
There isn't one. I mean, it's clearly he's making it look like he's going to Syria at the behest of Donald Trump, and even that he's possibly traveling with the president, which is absolutely ridiculous. When Susie Wiles and Donald Trump were nowhere near him at the time.
No, they were trying to. He was actually, him and Tarek Nemo were trying to conflate this into being an official trip on behalf of our government, like on behalf of maybe even the State Department, which of course neither is true. This was a private trip. It was set up and organized by the Syrian American Alliance for Peace and Prosperity, which of course some of our sources have looked very close at that organization and have a lot of questionable membership of that board and the other directors.
Yeah, the questions continue when we go back into Congressman Cory Mills and his faith with the spiritual advisors. Now, we've done a lot of research on social media, as you can see from that last post that we just put up. So there's a lot out there that you could learn from social media, Steve, especially in regards to his spiritual advisors.
Yeah, and that's why I went to the church. We talked about this a little bit earlier in the segment, was that we thought that because of the weekend that it was a holiday weekend, that Mills would maybe attend his home church, the church he claims is his home church. And we learned, of course, that that's not true. The first thing that you and I were able to do were go back and look at the social media post by Pastor Cheryl Ingram. She's very prolific. Anytime there's somebody of any VIP level importance at their church, she takes a photo and she posts it.
And it's noteworthy because they don't have a very large congregation. No. Like you can count the number of people that are in there.
Oh yeah, no, it was that morning that I was there was about 27, 28 people in the entire congregation. And so it wasn't like I would miss him sitting in the crowd somewhere. He was not there, even though he was in town. And of course, I did and had the opportunity to meet both of the pastors after the service and spent some time with them. And we were able to basically validate and confirm what you and I already knew from her social media posts, is that he had only ever attended that church twice. And the last time was in February of 24. So he's not a regular member of the church he claims is his church.
Yeah, and again, this is important because it shows a pattern of being reckless with the truth, and there's much more to come. When it comes, this is a guy who said he didn't have to convert in order to get married by a radical Muslim. And that's just, you got to wonder. There's more to come on this.
Well, and the story that for some reason has taken off, like it's just like the biggest part of this whole deal is your rent is late. Now, Congressman Cory Mills says that he is now paid in full. He did a walk and talk interview, but the problem was that he was under court orders of eviction. He owed $85,000 for his luxury DC penthouse. So, Steve, There's so many like different legalese that are going on, and especially in DC, they're very, very much more easier to deal with for the actual tenant than the landlords. Of course, DC is a liberal city. You're going to get everything as the tenant instead.
Right. Yeah, when you're talking about eviction and landlord-tenant relationships, the laws in D.C. are very favorable to the tenant. But that doesn't mean that they get to be squatters for the rest of their life, particularly in a $21,000 a month penthouse apartment. I would imagine the rules are maybe even a little bit different for a sitting member of Congress and how they will deal with him. But the reality is that this particular landlord, this ownership group that owns and manages a lot of luxury properties in D.C., they had decided to begin eviction proceedings against them all the way back in January of this year, because this was a pattern of behavior going back
17 late payments.
Right. I mean, this wasn't anything new. Late payments, skip payments, late fees. He had spent tens of thousands of dollars in late fees.
It's important to point out that when he was confronted online, right, his response was that the website wasn't working. I'm repeatedly asking for payments links again and again. As I tried the management today, it failed. So again, it's an excuse of the website doesn't work, when in fact the website didn't work because they were going through eviction proceedings.
Right. When I saw that excuse, and when I saw him call Roger Solenberger a hack for pointing out, and what Roger did was actually just post the Superior Court filing for the suit for eviction.
Yeah, that's not political. No. I don't care who you are. I don't care if Roger used to work for the Daily Beast or not. When you're posting court documents, that's not political by nature.
No, it's not political at all. And more importantly, it was just proof that the landlord had begun those eviction proceedings. And this was what he then gave the most lame excuse. I mean, I called it the dog ate my homework excuse. It was that level of equivalency, because it was so easy to show that this in and of itself was another lie, because when these landlords, these building owners, when they actually start eviction proceedings, they deliberately cut off the tenant's access to the payment portal. Why do they do that? Because legally, let's say, okay, he owed $85,000, he could have gone in, if that payment portal was open, paid $1,000, and it resets the clock on the eviction proceeding.
And that would be a problem if you're trying to evict him. That would be a problem there for them. So let's go ahead and just wrap this up, Matt, because I think that it would be wise. We've discussed a lot of different times where Congressman Cory Mills has gone on X and replied. We started out with our very first story, how it was misleading. Yeah. This is false. You shouldn't do this. Well, there's a lot of things that Cory is saying that are misleading, especially on social media.
Well, yeah, just to give you all a sneak peek of what to expect next. I mean, he denied that someone named Jill Savage ever asked him out, which was a...
Reverse that. Hey.
Yeah.
Oh.
That would be false,
No.
Actually. He denied that he ever asked Jill Savage out.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm sorry, that's
I'm
terrible.
not a feminist, but I am a traditionalist here, and I'm not going around asking
And
men
so
out on dates. Come on.
The point is, he said he never asked her out, which is one of the most foolish things I've ever seen anyone do on social media. and you'll find out more at theblaze.com soon. I think that one thing to zoom out here is the reason we're going through all these things, some of these can seem like small lies or smaller lies, is because there's a pattern of behavior that is alarming, and it goes a lot deeper than not paying rent. And that's why we're dwelling on this story, because no one should feel safe in Washington when they lie repeatedly about serious things as well as stupid things like not being able to pay rent.
Yeah, and we know that all politicians lie, but when you see it at this level over and over and over again, and things that are just so easy to disprove with, I don't know, maybe something on my phone so quickly that we can go through and find within minutes to disprove whatever he's saying online, we have a serious problem.
Yeah, and to further tease what's coming, we all know, we always hear this saying, is that the cover-up is always worse than the crime itself, or the sin, or the lie, and that's where we're going next.
And that's where we will end this. Steve, thanks so much.
Thank you, Jill.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more right after this. Well, let's be real. We're living in a time when telling the truth, it actually feels a little risky. All of the lies are dressed up as compassion. And if you speak honestly, they call it hate. But the media tries to sell that as tolerance. We all know better. At Blaze TV, we're not playing that game, as you can tell right now with the stories that we're covering, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it's not popular, because staying silent isn't an option on this show and across Blaze Network. We're actually going beyond the headlines. We're not just reacting to the stories. We're digging into what's really going on and who's behind it. And you're not going to get that from corporate media. They've picked a side, and it's not yours. So we're here to push back with all the facts and all the conviction that we can. And it's not just about making content, it's a mission. So when you subscribe to Blaze TV, you're not just supporting conservative voices, you're actually standing with a movement that refuses to back down. It's only $8 a month when you use the code BNT. It's $20 off your yearly plan and just 26 cents a day to support the truth. Go to blazetv.com/BNT and sign up today, because the truth matters and the people in power are working overtime to shut it down.